Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at the latest New York Giants free agency rumors. ESPN and Pro Football Focus, they've put out two similar articles taking a look at the top 50 and 100 NFL free agents, and they predicted the best landing spot for them in the Giants. They were mentioned by a couple of names. First off, James Daniels, the offensive guard for the Chicago Bears, and it makes sense. James Daniels, he's one of the best guards in NFL free agency, and with the Giants having a lack of talent on their offensive line and guard being one of their top needs, it makes sense why ESPN listed James Daniels as the best fit for the Giants in NFL free agency. The only problem is, and I know you're already in the comment section saying it, the Giants, they don't have a lot of cap space. But the thing is, you can always make cap space appear. The Giants are going to have some difficult decisions to make, and Joe Schoen already talked about how he wants to create $40 million in cap space. We'll touch on cap space later on in the video, but first, let's see what ESPN had to say on why the Giants would be the best fit for the free agent guard Daniels. They said this: why it makes sense. The Giants need several new pieces along the offensive line, and Daniels would instantly upgrade the Giants' mobility in the interior. It's possible the Bears don't let Daniels leave their building without an attractive contract offer, and that makes sense. Offensive linemen are hard to find in free agency, and the Bears, they don't have the best offensive line either, so maybe Daniels doesn't actually get to really hit free agency before the Chicago Bears, nail him down to an offer. But it's obvious the Giants, one of their top needs is guard in free agency. Whether they're going to have to fill that with Daniels, or maybe they don't have the money to sign Daniels and they elect to go fill that position of need in the draft. At the end of the day, they're going to have to fill the void left at guard by guys like Shane Lemieux, who's coming off an injury, and the Giants are unsure if he will be back. Something I like about Daniels is the versatility. He's played left guard, he's played right guard, and he's also been played at center and spots when an injury has happened on the offensive line. So he's a versatile offensive lineman, and that's what ESPN also had to say why he would fit the scheme fit for the New York Giants and Brian Daboll. They said this: in Brian Daboll's zoned run game, the Giants need interior movers who can cut off defenders and climb to the second level. That's Daniels, a young athletic guard who would step in to upgrade this offensive front in New York. And I agree. I like that part of Daniels' game. He's a athletic offensive lineman that can get to the second level, and when he gets his hands on linebackers, I think this is a guy that can create running lanes for Saquon Barkley. But at the end of the day, I think someone's going to overpay for Daniels. He's a solid starter. PFF ranked him as the 27th best guard in the National Football League during the 2022 NFL season, but he's not an elite player. And I don't see the Giants shelling out the type of money that it would command to get Daniels to wear New York Giants blue. I don't think this is a player that the Giants are going to overspend for. Joe Schoen has talked about not spending big money in NFL free agency, and I think Daniels, he won't warrant top money in NFL free agency, but I do think he will warrant solid money, and I'm not sure the Giants will find ways to get that kind of money to offer Daniels that type of contract. But you tell me, if you're Joe Schoen and you're trying to create more cap space, and you're like, man, Daniels is the guy that we got to have, go down in the comments section and type S for sign, or if you're like, no, let's lean on the NFL draft, we can fill the offensive line up during the draft with the multiple draft picks the Giants have, go down in the comments and type P for pass. Daniels is a solid player. He's not elite. An overall PFF grade last year of 71, a pass block grade of 71.8, a run block grade of 68.3, and he allowed 3 sacks. He was ranked the 27th best guard via Pro Football Focus, and I liked all of the things that he's done in the past couple of years. He's versatile. He can play center. He can play guard. But at the end of the day, I would pass on signing James Daniels. I just don't think he is that great of an offensive line to shell out future money down the line. He's going to command, I would say, 3 years, 35, 4 years, $40 million in NFL free agency. And if the Giants want to create that type of money and that type of cap space, they're going to have to say goodbye to a lot of players on their roster, and I'm not sure James Daniels warrants that type of roster reconstruction. And I think a team's going to overpay for James Daniels. He may get 4 years, $40 million, 5 years, $50 million. This is a guy that plays a position of premium need. Everyone in the National Football League is trying to upgrade their offensive line. The Giants aren't the only team. They're just the team that needs to upgrade their line the most. But at the end of the day, I would pass on James Daniels because I just don't think the price and the way that the Giants would be able to create that cap space is worth the signing of James Daniels. But look, hey, if they go out and sign him, we'll be breaking it down on this channel because we are the #1 Giants news and rumors channel on YouTube, and we're growing like crazy. All we do here is react to news, rumors. We put out mock drafts. Our off-season coverage is going to be on fire with 2 top 10 picks. We are going to be doing draft videos almost every single day. So if you're looking for a one-stop shop on YouTube for Giants news and rumors, draft coverage, trades, free agency, all that kind of stuff, this is your channel, youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. So go down right now and hit that big red button. PFF, they put out a similar article like ESPN, and they had the Giants being the best landing spot for the outside linebacker and the edge rusher Haason Reddick. The thing is that they did different than ESPN is they predicted a contract, and they predicted 3 years, $35 million with an $18 million signing bonus. And that is a lot of money, but at the end of the day, Reddick is a great player. And the past 2 seasons in the NFL, he has showed his worth. He finally got to play on the edge where he is best. He came into this league playing kind of an inside linebacker role that they used in blitzing situations, but ever since he was put as a primarily outside edge rusher, he has blossomed into the player a lot of scouts and executives thought he would be. Pro Football Focus, they expanded on why they think the Giants signing Reddick is the top destination. This is what they had to say. Reddick's pass rushing production predictably took a minor step back in 2021 after his huge breakout year in 2020. Nonetheless, 11 sacks and 44 total pressures still ranks pretty well compared to the rest of the league. This means Reddick should have a decently sized market this offseason. He is a good fit for Wink Martindale in New York, given his aggressive blitz-heavy scheme that needs athletic edge rushers that can get after the quarterback when schemed free. I would love to see Haason Reddick with the Giants under Wink Martindale. I think Wink is the type of defensive coordinator that just wants to get his hands on as many outside linebackers and just let them play, let them roam free, bring 6, and just hope one of them gets home. If the Giants were able to sign Haason Reddick, this would be a home run sign. There was rumors last NFL free agency that the Giants were interested in Reddick, but at the end of the day, they decided to spend their money elsewhere on Kenny Golladay and Adoree Jackson. Maybe this time they will choose to sign Reddick, and we'll talk about Reddick more in just a quick second, but I want to tell you guys about this awesome deal that Fanatics has going on right now. They have hoodies on sale. They got this one that was $65, and now it's $48, a big sale. You just got to go to chatsports.com/Giants hoodies. Maybe you're not feeling that one. Maybe you're feeling this one. This one was $70. Now it's $52. These deals, they won't last forever, so go shop right now, chatsports.com/Giants hoodies. They have more than just these 2 pictured available and on sale, but you got to go to that link. You can't just go looking for it on Google because you won't find it. You won't get the deals. These are strictly offered for just Chat Sports guys. You got to go to chatsports.com/Giants hoodies. Make sure you're, repping some Giants gear through the offseason. They didn't play good last year. Just make sure you look good. Do it, chatsports.com/Giants hoodies. Haason Reddick in his past 2 seasons in the NFL has shown that he is one of the most consistent pass rushers in the NFL. In 2020, he had 12.5 sacks. This year, he had 11 sacks as well as 12 tackles for loss, 18 QB hits, and 68 tackles. This is someone that I think would really revitalize the Giants' front 7. I would like to see him in this defense next to a guy like Azeez Ojulari or Leonard Williams, but at the end of the day, I'm just not sure the Giants will be able to create that type of cap money. But if they do, you sign Reddick on day 1 of free agency. Someone that I have really been in love with since he has come out of Temple. I like the speed he brings to the linebacker position, and since he's moved to just being an edge rusher, he has produced over 23 sacks in the past 2 seasons. But what you think? At the end of the day, if you're sitting in Joe Schoen's seat and you're making cap cuts to guys like Sterling Shepard, Blake Martinez, and others, and you're thinking, we got to create money for NFL free agency, is Reddick the guy we want to sign? If you think so, go down in the comments and type Y for yes, or if not, go down and type N for no. Reddick is a great player, but at the end of the day, I'm not sure how the Giants will be able to afford a 3-year, $35 million contract. That's a lot of money, and Joe Schoen has already talked about how he wants to build through the NFL draft. The Giants, they have a lot of premium draft picks. 2 in the first round, a pick at the top 5 of the second round. They can address a lot of needs with those first 3 picks. But at the end of the day, when it comes to free agency, the Giants are going to have to target second and third tier free agents. I think Reddick is going to be a tier 1 free agent. He's going to command a lot of money. Guys that are in the second and third tier, I think, are going to be more realistic. Maybe a guy like Dante Fowler, who was just released by the Atlanta Falcons. We did a video about him just a couple of days ago. Those are guys the Giants are going to have to target. Maybe one-year deal guys with a prove-it type of salary, a lot of incentives, 1 year, short-term, prove-it, high-incentive deals. Those are the type of deals that Joe Schoen is going to cook up when it comes to NFL free agency. Now that we've talked about two guys already that I don't know if the Giants are going to have enough cap space that ESPN and Pro Football Focus have brought up, I want to take the pulse of all of you right now in the comments section. So let me know. Name a realistic free agent the Giants could sign once free agency opens up in a couple of days. I'm going to go through the comments. I'm going to read all the names, and maybe we'll talk about some of those names on the next video. So go down there, be active, and let me know. Name a realistic free agent the Giants could sign. Another way you can stay up to date on the latest surrounding the New York Giants is on my Twitter account, @MarshallGreen_. And we'll do this. The first 15 people to follow me from this video, I will follow you back on Twitter. So give me a follow. Just send me a DM. Let me know you came from this video, and I'll follow you back on Twitter.